Welcome, Verity. Thanks so much for coming. It's so great to have someone from Coinbase, and I discover that you're a fellow Aussie. That's really cool. Um, I never said that, but I notice any ones that Aussies that come to our meetups. That's the first thing they say to me
Why not?
when they realise I'm an Australian. So, could you tell me a little bit about Coinbase's mission and what the service is that you offer to the general public? Because I gather it's really quite cool because you're taking a lot of the risk out of having a wallet, correct?
Yeah, absolutely. So Coinbase's mission is essentially to create an open financial system. The way that we are doing that is through, I guess you could say, a multifaceted approach. Number one is to enable people like, myself who are non-technical to be able to buy cryptocurrency using something like their bank details or credit card. And essentially you're able to buy Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, or Bitcoin Cash, and we hold a lot of the risk. The users are responsible for holding up their security requirements and having safe passwords, but it essentially acts as what we call an on-ramp or a gateway into experimenting with cryptocurrency.
And I know in the old days with wallets, a lot of people have been hacked, and even more recently. Does Coinbase have some sort of protection for any users if they get hacked? And do they get hacked on Coinbase? Excuse my ignorance.
Yeah, that's fine. So to date, Coinbase has not been hacked. So
Right.
that's one of our great things that we hold really dear to, and that's because we have very high security standards. So a lot of that relies on user education. We want to make sure that people understand the minimum requirements and adhere to having really strong passwords, two-factor authentication, preferably through Google Authenticator or otherwise, and then making sure that people understand that it is a risky business to be involved in, and that, especially with the market being quite frothy, that people are still investing responsibly.
So tell me, how high did Bitcoin finally go before it started going down?
At one point, it was peaking around 20K or just under on GDAX, which is our digital asset exchange for more sophisticated investors. But yeah, I mean, it continues to be pretty volatile in comparison to traditional markets.
It was incredible. Like, we were having panels, and as I had a guy from Kraken, and I think that night it was like 16 going on to 17, and no one could believe it, and it still went even higher. So it was a pretty phenomenal time there for a while.
It's really an exciting time to be a part of this industry because it's evolving so much, and a lot of the hype is attracting really interesting commentators, some very smart people. We're able to attract key talent as a result of all the hype as well. But yeah, I think in my first or second week, one of my colleagues was like, "Oh my God, it's about to hit 10,000," and then from there on, it's just gone straight up.
And what's exciting for me is I see that, having followed it since 2008, I see that now ordinary people are really interested, and it's obviously jumped the chasm in the last quarter there of 2017,
Yeah.
and people begging us, to get information about, how to invest and the developer side of things. So I'm just so thrilled.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, a key part of what we see happening is there's going to be 4 phases of development as part of the cryptocurrency kind of trends that we're seeing. And at the moment, we're really heading towards the mainstreaming of cryptocurrency, as you say. People who are fairly, new to the area are able to invest in a way that they haven't before. And that shows a lot of promise for cryptocurrency gaining like mass adoption, and then we're able to see some very interesting use cases in terms of blockchain technology in the future as well.
Fantastic. And you personally, you've come from Australia. How long have you followed cryptocurrencies, and what's your passion around this?
Yeah, so I've been an avid follower of cryptocurrencies probably for the past 12 to 18 months. I come from a financial services background in consulting between the US and Australia, so I really enjoyed having the financial services industry know-how, but I felt like it was time for something that was going to disrupt the older way of doing things. So that's kind of where my interests lie, and I'm really interested in some of the use cases coming out in terms of how we can, bring more of these money use cases into reality, and just see basically what the upside potential truly could be. There's a lot of room for discovery at the moment.
A lot of room for disruption too, and gee, a lot of the old financial institutions still need a bit more disruption, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, it's all going to be done with a good spirit, and we're all working together with the banks, no problems. So anyway, I really appreciate you coming tonight, and we're all looking forward to your presentation.
Likewise, thanks for having me.